Hey everyone, Tony D with another hot take and little Joan by my side. This one you're just not going to believe. Uh, it is it is getting crazy out there. The National Museum of African History, and this is from a tweet from Byron York, although it's all over Twitter. He is chief political correspondent of the Washington Examiner, Fox News contributor, author of The Vast Left Wing Conspiracy. The National Museum of African American History and Culture wants to make you aware of certain signs of whiteness. So they put out this chart. Now, I think you already know what I'm going to say about it, in that imagine if this was another race. Aspects and assumptions of whiteness and white culture in the United States. I mean, can you just imagine the, you know, a chart like this for black people? I mean, it's just unbelievable that they would put this out thinking that it's good, thinking that this is going to help people. And the implication is terrible. The implication is, well, this is just what the white people do. Other people don't do this. But listen to these. I mean, just listen to the verbiage here. White dominant culture or whiteness refers to the ways white people and their traditions, attitudes, and ways of life have been normalized over time and now considered standard practices in the United States. So it's not normal, but it's been normalized over time. Is that what you're saying? And I think it's pretty racist just to assume all white people are a monolith. I mean, I'm Italian and I'm white, and I'm not the same as somebody from Germany or somebody from Ireland or whatever, or an American with those ethnic backgrounds. It's very, very racist, this whole thing. Continuing, and since white people still hold most of the institutional power in America, we have all internalized some aspects of white culture, including people of color. I mean, where, where, where it's just unbelievable that this is even stated. That people would say this with a straight face. That it's all about white. It's all about white people, man. No. No, it is not. But here are the aspects of white culture, as they say it: rugged individualism. The individual is a primary unit, self reliance, independence, and autonomy highly valued, rewarded. Individuals assumed to be in control of their environment. You get what you deserve. I don't know why you would quote the Joker movie in this sheet. I mean, Jesus. What is wrong with you? And you talk about it like it's some alien thing, right? As if there weren't black in rugged individuals taming the Wild West, or Asians, or people of any other race. You talk about it like white people are alien to you. You live in a strange world, people of the museum. Family structure: the nuclear family. Father, mother, 2.3 children is the ideal social unit. Really? That point three child must be very weird to have. Oh, honey, did you take out the leg? Did you take the leg to school? Husband is the breadwinner and head of the household. Wife is homemaker and subordinate to the husband. Children should have their own rooms and be independent. Well, that's weird, because the same sort of progressive people who I assume put something like this together has told me that that's not the ideal or even the case anymore. So weird that you would say that. And remind me again, who's the head of the household in other ethnic groups? I believe, black families have a very strong nuclear family. Um, and they're very traditional in a lot of black families. They're very religious. Very strange. Very strange they would put this out. This is what you get with a bunch of left-leaning academics who live in a room and smell their own farts all day. Emphasis on the scientific method, objective, rational, linear thinking, cause and effect relationships, quantitative emphasis. Well, you know what? If your culture doesn't want to do that, good luck. Good luck with your space program. If that could even happen. History based on Northern European immigrants' experience in the United States. Heavy focus on the British Empire. Really? The primacy of Western, Greek, Roman, and Judeo-Christian tradition. Protestant work ethic. Hard work is the key to success. Work before play. If you didn't meet your goals, you didn't work hard enough. Is there, it's so strange to me to have this called out in such a way like it's either bad or weird or unusual. People of every ethnic group understand hard work is the key to success. I mean, it is. Show me the lazy people who made a success out of themselves. Religion. Christianity is the norm. I believe it's also the norm with a lot of black families. I mean, Baptists are Christian. There's a lot of Baptists. Anything other than Judeo-Christian tradition is foreign. Well, yeah, so? No tolerance for deviation from single God concept. That's not true at all. It's absolutely not true. Those whack jobs out in Seattle and Portland, I'm sure they have a very high tolerance for the deviation from a single God concept, and 90% of them are white. Status, power, and authority. Wealth equals worth. No. Your job is who you are. That's an American ideal. I mean, you ask anybody in America, what do you do? And they'll say their job. You know, they'll say, well, I'm a doctor, or I'm a lawyer, or whatever. You ask somebody in Europe, what do you do? They'll say, I paint. Then you have to say, well, what do you do for work? That's an American thing. It's not a white thing. Respect authority. That's kind of a backhanded insult to, I think, other groups. And again, I think a lot of groups respect authority. That's not just a white person thing. Heavy value on ownership of goods, space, and property. I think this whole two-page sheet is all about undermining capitalism and America, really. This is all about sort of putting the values of America in a box to say, oh, see how weird they are? Oh, we could do all this in communism. Future orientation, plan for future, delayed gratification. Progress is always best. Tomorrow will be better. I don't even know why you made that list. How is that bad or weird or odd? Time. Oh, is this the whole thing that time is now a racist concept too? Follow rigid time schedules. Time viewed as a commodity. It is a commodity. Aesthetics, based on European culture. Steak and potatoes. Bland is best. Again, have you lived in America? Come off campus once in a while. Women's beauty based on blonde, thin Barbie. That's not true. Not true at all. Man's attractiveness based on economic status, power, and intellect. That's more of a man and woman thing. The beauty aspect, hey, I talk to a lot of guys. They all have different tastes. They all have different wives. Many of them are in interracial relationships. Holidays based on Christian religions. Based on white history and male leaders. Ooh, male leaders. Ooh, the patriarchy rears its ugly head. You can see where this is going. Justice, based on English common law. Yeah. Protect property and entitlements. No. See how they get you? Protect property. Oh, and entitlements. No, it's to protect property. Intent counts. Yeah, it does. Why wouldn't? I mean, how is it justice if intent doesn't count? Competition. How is that even a topic on this? Be number one. Win at all costs. No, that's not true. Winner loser dichotomy. Yeah. Although you progressives keep pushing this everybody gets a trophy deal. Action orientation. I don't know what that means. Master and control nature. Well, do you want wolves and raccoons running around your house? Must always do something about a situation. How is that bad? I think a lot of this is against men. Aggressiveness and extroversion. What? Decision making. Oh, now decision making is bad? Are there other cultures where nobody makes a decision? Well, you might try the culture that nobody makes a decision, racist. Majority rules when whites have power. Jesus. Wow. You people are racist. This is pretty damn racist. Oh, and there's more? Communication. I guess they couldn't fit this at the end. The King's English rules. Well, we speak English. Written tradition. I don't see what's wrong with that. Avoid conflict. Intimacy. Nah, not seeing that. The English, like the Americans because we are very gregarious. Don't show emotion. That's more of a British thing. It's not an American thing. Don't discuss personal life. Again, that seems like a guy thing, That seems like, look, and be polite. This feels like it was written by women. It really does. Women who are just caught up in this ridiculous, oh God, ridiculous intersectional feminism. I mean, my God. What, and what are we supposed to do with this chart? What do? You show it to children? You think children in America are unaware of some of these things? All you're going to do is make children racist against white children. Why would you want to do that? You're setting the children against each other. Oh, you just want to be self-reliant because you're white. The emphasis of the scientific method, that's a really bizarre one because it kind of implies that, well, there's other ways of doing things other than objective, rational, linear thinking. Yeah, you could be a nut job out in the desert praying to crystals and hoping things work out for you. That's not science, though. And if you're poo-pooing science, well, go out in the wilderness without your face mask and, I don't know, pray to trees and hope you don't get sick. The hypocrisy of the kind of people who write this nonsense is that they'll be the first ones to call the cops, the first ones to call for an ambulance, the first ones to use the very system that they're constantly putting down. And then, God forbid, that the system isn't there to immediately pick them up. Like, why isn't this working? It's like the people of the Chaz. They all end up getting shot and hurt. Like, why won't the cops come and save us? So, I mean, this is just nonsense. This is what intersectional feminism, gender studies, Marxism, this is what it gets you. It gets you a bunch of nonsense. You've got a bunch of I'm gonna assume mostly women sitting around coming up with lists and ways to chastise white men and wave their finger. They couldn't wag their finger. Wagging your finger at men didn't work anymore, so they came up with this. I think anybody who puts this, who takes this poster or whatever seriously, you should have your head examined. Seriously, you should go to a psychiatrist and have your brain thoroughly examined.